A state of play happened today, so I'm going to be discussing about what was showed off today. I'm Auckland. If you enjoy my content, please hit the subscribe button, like button, also share with your friends if you don't mind. Also, please comment, ask me a question, or comment in general. I do my best to answer them. Also, if you don't mind, hit the notification bell down below, and you will be notified when I go live or upload another video. If you want to become a fan of me, Auckland, and subscribe to the channel, you will become a fan. I hope so. Starting off with this game called Lumines, Arise. When the game was showed off at the State of Play, of course, I'm going to be showing off some gameplay of each of the stuff that was announced here. This game was shown off, starting off like this. Please let me know down in the comments, did y'all watch the State of Play that happened today? I would love to know, and I would recommend if y'all want to get more details of everything that was showed off today. This is some kind of puzzle solving game, but the name of the game, as I spelled off, does sound awfully familiar. I think I've heard of the game before. I believe it's been on other platforms and stuff like that, because it awfully sounds familiar. There it is. Arise. That word, Arise. And it's coming out, I believe it's fall of this year. Next game that was shown off was a game we haven't heard from in a very long time. The game is called Pragmata. It's a futuristic game. We only ever got a teaser for it for this little girl. She might not have even been a little girl. She might have been some kind of AI generated character. And then we saw this cat that was futuristic, and we could see completely through the cat. And then we saw this other characters and stuff too. As soon as they get to it, I'm going to show it off. But Pragmata looks insane. This game right here, it's been a long time since we've seen this game. When we first saw a teaser, we saw this girl, and we saw him, and then we saw this cat too. And she was able to completely see through the cat. And she had something going on with her eye. Like she might be a cyborg, or there might be more to her than that. And this time, for the first time, we got to see some gameplay on this game. And it looks incredible as you're seeing it right now. It's Pragmata. You're going to see the title for the game in just a little bit here. It looks incredible. So good. There's the title right there. And it's coming out in 2026. Next game is by the mastermind himself, Suda51, the creator of Lollipop Chainsaw, Shadows of the Damned, and so many other amazing titles. He's coming out with a new game. Sadly, the game won't be coming out in 2026, but hey, that's fine. This game needs to cook, and it's going to be amazing. If you've ever played any of Suda51's games, then you know that he does incredible work. His stuff is always amazing. Romeo is Dead is a dead man is the title of the game. You're seeing some gameplay right here too. It just looks incredible, and it definitely looks like Suda51's work, because this is his next game. It looks insane, but like I said, it won't be coming out until 2026. Next game is Silent Hill F, the brand new Silent Hill game that is being set in Japan. So all the other previous Silent Hill games we've ever got have been set over here in the West. This is the first time, I believe, and I think they even mentioned this before when they first announced this game. Silent Hill F is the first one that is in the series that is set in Japan. And we got to see some gameplay too. And it's releasing this year. Sooner than I thought. September 25th. Silent Hill F will be released. And if you know me, I prefer my games physically. If you've been keeping up with my channel, then you already know this game is already getting a physical release already for PS5 and Xbox Series X. Thanks to VGP, Video Games Plus. It's on their site. You can actually pre-order the physical copy now. And this game looks incredible. We're getting a little bit of gameplay right here. And you're going to see some more gameplay as well. But man, this game looks creepy as crap. This creature right here, right there, is a lot like the nurses. If you know about the nurses in the Silent Hill series, this is going to be the Japan version of the nurses. And so many other creatures in this game as well too, and it looks incredible. I'm excited for this game. Next game, if you're a fan of Metroidvania style of games, and even an existing series that's been released on PlayStation and Switch. Matter of fact, I have all three of the games physically on Switch, and that is Bloodstained. We're getting a brand new title in the Bloodstained series. So here's some gameplay right here so you can see it for yourself. And then once they get to the title, then I'll show off the title as well also. But the Bloodstained games, we came out with Bloodstained Curse of the Moon 1 and 2. And they were like retro-inspired NES style of games. And then they had Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, which was more 3D and more modernized. And this one's going to continue that. And it's going to be more modernized than Ritual of the Night. It looks incredible. Bloodstained the Scarlet Engagement, releasing in 2026. Now, since this series has been on Nintendo, I will not be surprised if the rumored Nintendo Switch Direct happens, if this game gets announced for Switch 2. I'm just go ahead and say it now. I will not be surprised if this game is coming to Switch 2 as well. Looks incredible. Next was Digimon Story, The Time Stranger. It's releasing October 3rd of this year. But yeah, this game, I'm going to have to see a lot more on this game to see if I'm excited about picking this up. I used to watch the Digimon cartoon back in the day. And that's what we called those shows back when we were kids. We called them cartoons. But nowadays, they are classified as anime. And I understand that. It's modern, and that's how you say it now. But yeah, I'll have to see some more gameplay on this and see if I'm excited about getting this or not. But it does look pretty good, though. Next is a game I'm not really interested in, but it's Final Fantasy Tactics. This game right here. It's a strategy a strategy-based game is what this Final Fantasy game is. There it is. Final Fantasy Tactics, and then you can see the rest of the title for yourself. Releasing on September 30th of this year. And it includes two different versions. It includes the classic version of this game. So this game has been released before. And it's also coming out with a more, I don't know if it's a remastered version or a more modern version of the game, but it comes with two different versions of the game. Next game is so silly. It's not for me, but if somebody wants to play it, somebody's excited about it, I completely understand. It's just not for me. It's called Baby Steps. Releasing on September 8th. It's like you're playing as an adult man, and he doesn't know how to walk. And you have to control his entire movement. It looks like it would be aggravation to play, but I could see where somebody could really enjoy this game, but it's just not for me. So, it just looks extremely silly. But hey, I get it. And the game that you were just seeing a glimpse of is the next one. It's HIRODE Horigami? Close enough. Yeah, there it is right there. You can see the title of the game right there as well, too. But this game looks incredible. I can't remember when it's releasing. I did write it down in my notes that I've been reading off of for this video. But it looks incredible. This is something that I would definitely play for sure. September 3rd for the release of that game. Everybody's Golf Hot Shots is the next game, releasing on September 5th. I remember back on the PS2, we got a lot of Hot Shots golf games, and they have brought the series back, and they have brought Pac-Man back into it as well too, which is very cool. So if you're into golf games, on September 5th, you can get the latest entry in Hot Shots Golf. Golf is fun to play in games, don't get me wrong. And I guess we'll go ahead and talk about this one over here. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Very excited about this one. It's a brand new Ninja Gaiden game. Because 3 Ninja Gaiden games are being released this year. We've already gotten one. This is another one. And then we're also getting Ninja Gaiden 4 sometime this year as well too. Releasing July 31st for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This next game is releasing on November 5th. This reminds me of a game I have in my PS5 collection. I believe it's called Joust or something like that. I can't remember how to pronounce it. But it's not necessarily a climbing simulator game, but it's got some climbing mechanics in the game. And also some more action-adventure style of mechanics in the game. And you saw the title of the game, so this one's coming out on that date. Just in case, if you want to see it again, there's the title and the release date as well too. Next up is Mortal Kombat, and it's a collection. It's the most complete collection ever. And it was advertised in this State of Play. And plus you can play online, so if you're into playing online, you can do that with your friends. But this is the Mortal Kombat collection. I can't remember the rest of the title, but they're going to show it off in just a little bit. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. There you go. So multiple games in that collection from the series. Releasing sometime this year. Next, they showed off a wireless fight stick. So if you're a fan of fighting games, then this controller will definitely be for you if you're into playing with fight sticks. Yeah, that's the new fight stick that got announced. Next, we got some more gameplay on Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. This is the remake of Metal Gear Solid 3. This game looks incredible. I'm hyped and excited for this game. And we got something very interesting in this game that's going to be a crossover with Metal Gear. Do you remember a PlayStation 1 and also I think it was on PS2 as well also? I think it was like 3 or 4 games in the series. And it's a series dealing with, you play as this boy. You have a fishing net. And you have to go around, sneak around, and collect up these apes. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know, and you'll see it in just a little bit. But I'm excited for Metal Gear Solid Delta. And there they are. Ape Escape. They're doing a crossover with Ape Escape and Metal Gear Solid Delta. That's pretty sweet. That's very cool. I like that. That is so cool. There's the release date. The next one is a third game in a series that we already have. They released a physical copy of a collection of 1 and 2 together. This one is NIOH 3. So you can see some gameplay for yourself, and hopefully I can show off the title of the game as well too. But I never had a chance to play these games. I wouldn't mind picking up that PlayStation 5 collection someday. I believe it was either a 1-disc set or a 2-disc set I don't remember, but the collection had both games in it. And now they're doing a third entry in the series, which is fantastic because I didn't know if that series sold well or not, but it looks like it sold well enough to make a third game, which is always awesome to see a franchise still continuing on. And there's a title so you can see it. In early 2026 for that one. Next game is, I didn't know they were still making games for this, but the PlayStation VR 2 is getting a new game. I was shocked to see this. But also, I'm also happy too, though, that it's still being supported, but I was mostly shocked. This first-person stealth series called Thief is now getting a new game in the series, but it's exclusive to PlayStation VR 2, as far as I can tell. So Thief is coming back with a new title on PlayStation VR 2. So you can see the title of it. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. Releasing this year. Next game is called Tides of Tomorrow. So with this state of play happening today, I feel like E3 time is finally here. I'm going to keep on bringing up E3, so I hope y'all don't mind. I miss E3. I hate what happened, but what can we do? Nothing. So now we got Summer Game Fest, which is going to be beginning on June 6th, but I feel like today is the start of everything now. But this is that game, Tides of Tomorrow. I'm not sure what kind of game this is, but you're seeing the gameplay of it now. It does look very colorful, kind of like a painting style of art style a little bit. It does look interesting. I don't know, maybe it's good, I don't know. There's the title of the game, and it's releasing February 24th, 2026. Do you remember a beloved game that won the Game of the Year last year at the Game Awards? Astrobot is getting more content. 5 more planets. So more levels are being added to the game. Now, we don't know if this is going to be free or not, because we did get some free content. I'm hoping this is going to be free as well too, but it's awesome to see more support for Astrobot. And here we go. It's a sneak preview, I guess you can say, at the new levels that are coming to Astrobot. I did see a reference to the Ghost of Yotai game in here. I'm probably not going to be able to catch it in here. Maybe I can. But yeah, see, it's 5 new challenges being added to it. Yeah, there's Ghost of Yotai right there. So that's a reference to that game. So yeah, this is new content being added to Astrobot, and this is so awesome. And we're getting some kind of update to the Astrobot controller for PS5 as well too. Sadly, there was no release date for that, but maybe we'll get an update pretty soon, hopefully. I can't remember the entire title of this game. It was Sea of something. It's not Sea of Thieves. No, it's something different. But I was kind of liking what I was seeing for this game just a little bit. I'll definitely have to see some more for sure. But it did look like it might be a fun time. I can't tell if it's an online game or a single player game, but it's got a good art style, it's got some good combat, and it does look gorgeous and stuff, and got a pirate themed game. It does look like it might be pretty good. That's the title of the game right there. Sea of REMNANTS, coming in 2026. Next is a game by a company that made The Pathless and Abzul. And the game is called Sword of the Sea. And it's releasing August 19th. And I believe it also might be the same company that made that game called Journey back on the PS3. If you know the game what I'm talking about, yep, even Journey was even listed right there. There you go. This game looks incredible. This game company knows how to make some games. These are indie titles, but that doesn't matter. A indie title does not mean, oh, this is going to be a bad game. Oh, this is not a AAA game. I'm not interested in it. No, you're going to definitely miss out if you don't try some of these games. Because look at this. This looks incredible. And you'll see the title of the game in just a little bit. But just look at it. The art style is just gorgeous. And it looks incredible. The environment, the character. And yeah. I want to play this. But the question is a physical copy happening? That's the darn question, you know. I like to have my games physically. So we'll wait and see, but I definitely want to play this. It just looks incredible. There, so you can see it for yourself, for the title. And then the next game was FBC Firebreak, and it's releasing June 17th. So very, very soon. Hope you don't mind seeing this again. Alright, there it is. FBC Firebreak. It's just a first-person shooter, but it does look like it might be pretty good. I don't know. We'll see. And of course, they showed off some PlayStation Network games being added and stuff like that. But the next game, like I said, if you want to see everything, just watch it for yourself. But the next game was the new 007 game. And we got some gameplay. And it's called 007 First Light. And it's releasing in 2026. If you are a fan of The Walking Dead, then you will recognize that guy that you just saw. It sounds exactly like him. The character Morgan on The Walking Dead. I'm not talking about an actor named Morgan. No. I'm talking about the character Morgan on The Walking Dead. That's the same actor, because the same voice was coming out of him, and it even looks like him as well, too. And this is the new James Bond. He's very, very young. I'm trying to see if I can get to some gameplay here, because gameplay was showed off in this. There we go. There's a little bit of gameplay right there, so you can see it for yourself. And then you should see some driving mechanics in just a second here. So this game is going to be action-packed. If you like the James Bond movies, and if you like and have played any of the James Bond games in general, and yeah, I think this game right here, you're going to really have a good time with it. Here's some of the driving mechanics in the game right here. So you're driving around, and there's gameplay very, very briefly. And yeah, this game looks incredible. 007 First Light. And the next game is Ghost of Yotei. Ghost of Yotei? Might be Yotei. We're supposed to get a deep dive in gameplay sometime in July. It was announced during here. Like I said, go and watch this state of play for yourself. I never got a chance to play Ghost of Tsushima, if that's how you say it. This is the direct sequel to that game. And a lot of people are hating on this game because you play as a female warrior and all that stuff. I'm not getting into that mess. But this game looks incredible in my opinion. And the next game is the last game. Is this new Marvel fighting game. I'm not into fighting games. Not really. I have played some in the past, like Tekken, Mortal Kombat. So I'm not real big into fighting games, but I have played them. And I've had a good time with them in the past. But it's been a while since I've sat down and played a fighting game, to be completely honest. But if you're into Marvel stuff, which I am, and you're into fighting games, then this is a combination and probably a game for you. And there's the title of the game, and it's coming out in 2026. And that's really it from this state of play that happened today. Like I said, if you want to watch everything for yourself, including the PlayStation Network games that are being added to the online service, just watch this for yourself. I'm not into all that stuff. I would rather have my games physically. But yeah, overall, I thought this state of play was pretty good overall. So This was my discussion of it. What's your thoughts down below? Did y'all watch it for yourselves? And E3 has basically begun. Summer Game Fest. And hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. Alright, bye.